Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
broadcasting
live.
We will broadcast
live. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 375. I trust that, everybody all right. For the people that may see the eye, give thanks. For the people that may hear the eye, give thanks. You know the thing go. We're there. No, this will probably surprise some people, but the news, Abby is, I think, out for the rest of the week. So, because I'm not really on the news, run through some of the major stories them across the country for the day. And what are vibes? Maybe open the phone line if people are so inclined one at a time. You understand? And what are reasons. So, we're there, peeps. Big up on yourself. Zane, as I said, let me know if you hear the eye and see the eye clearly. Jerome Young, good night, everyone. Blessings in our family, give thanks. You see me? All right, until them time. Man, that change again. So I want to reach us out with that. I'll probably make it play out. Yeah, man, so we're there. Empress Rosie, what go on, sis? Boy, you know, miss it. Give thanks, man. Bachelor, where you did, family? And thing. So your peeps. Beryllium, look like Beryllium need to change back them name to Gods, man. Cause I want to tell us from them rebrand a beer salt, like a man they salt like a Hellsha Beach. You understand? Adrian, I go on, bro. Good evening, teacher. I can see and hear you. Yeah, man, it's good to see you still doing great. Blessings. You understand? Iron Abbey is a good movie, man. Show much a chance. Yeah, bro, brother, man. Yeah, man. A whole heap of thought went into it. You know what I mean? It's all about growth and progression and adding a little bit of polish and professionalism to the thing. You know what I mean? We give thanks to that every time. Background seems so quiet. Let me say, I don't have a song no more while on there. Let's see if that come up. So yeah. Oh wait, big up yourself and James Bond, when I deal with you with Orient Townsend. Big up on yourself. So as I said, it's really and truly treating with some of the news events from last night into this morning. And one of the latest development is related to Berryllium. I'm saying we can bring up this a little bit more. Hope that's not too loud for you guys. Mic check one. Yeah, man, a nice go background thing around this. Yeah, so Berryllium has been in the news recently with 2 high-profile attacks, robberies, shootings, millions of dollars being taken. Funny enough, it was yesterday during a press conference that the commissioner and deputy commissioner of police made mention of the fact that 6 people have been arrested in relation to the Beryllium situation so far. And in a few hours, we saw where gunmen opened fire on Beryllium vehicle in St. Elizabeth, attempted robbery. So there has been another gun attack on an armored vehicle belonging to the Beryllium Security Company when armed thugs reportedly shot up one of their vehicle in Content Balaclava, St. Elizabeth this afternoon during an attempted robbery, but the guards were able to elude the gunmen. It is reported that shortly after 2, the Berryllium vehicle was traveling along the Bogue main road when a white motor car with several men aboard attempted to block its path. The Berryllium driver, on realizing what was happening, maneuvered the vehicle to escape the robbers. The gunmen continued firing at the vehicle, And the director of public relations for the Guardsman Group, Commander George Overton, told reporters that the guards escaped injury. Well, I'm happy for the guards. I'm happy that nobody was injured. This article was posted by Radio Jamaica News Online, and they said that information that they have is that the Beryllium vehicle was delivering cash to the Apple area in St. Elizabeth, and today's attack is the third such on an armored vehicle belonging to the security company. I don't know if these vehicles are armored vehicles, because the last one means there'll be a bullet hole missing at the vehicle, so I don't know how armored or what level of armor them have, because it's strange. Zane, on March 19th, gunmen made off with $23 million after attacking a Beryllium vehicle delivering cash at the Scotia ATM in Brayton Parkway, Portmore, St. Catherine. 4 security guards as well as a licensed firearm holder were wounded during the attack. And on February 27th, a guard was killed when gunmen attacked another truck delivering cash at a Portmore Pines Plaza. They reportedly stole $10 million. And the police, well, yeah, but I'll pick up that in a few. So, it's a rough, brother. So, the man, them operate both urban and rural areas, by the look of it. See me, many are saying the same similar things about the robberies since Beryllium name change. Guardsman was a better name. But Guardsman also running some high profile incidents, bro. Some of them are captured on social, some of them are circulating on social media as well. So I don't know if that was a part of the reason behind the name change, or I don't know, to be honest with you. But since the name change, bro, and also another part of the conversation that is being bandied about is that since the name change and the rebranding, the amount of due diligence that was placing in operations is probably not there anymore. As I keep on reading armored vehicle, when I grew up and you talk about armored vehicle, I talk about the big old Brinks truck them. You understand? I don't know that these Hyundai, or however you pronounce it, vehicles are armored. So I don't know why we keep saying that. I could be wrong. So I'm just saying, based on my observation, I don't know about that. So the lives of security guards are at risk. The life of Jamaicans are at risk, because the one in Portmore, well, both of them in Portmore were where people were. You understand? So I know in this instance, though, no money was taken, no lives were lost, no injuries were sustained. So I don't even know if the guards were able to return fire, or they just took fire. I don't know. So yeah, as the information becomes available, we treat with it as we go forward. So I don't know. Be Empressy, it's good to see you, Empress. Bless up every time, we're there and things. So yeah. And as I said, in relation to the Beryllium situation, it was yesterday, it was said that man charged for a March Beryllium attack, 6 others in custody. So the police have charged a man in connection with the gun attack on a Beryllium courier van at the Scotia Bank in Portmore, St. Catherine. So the attack occurred on Sunday, March 19th, as security guards attempted. I don't know the whole story still. In providing an update at a police press conference yesterday, Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey disclosed that Shamar Yee has been charged with 12 offences in relation to the incident. He is of a Spanish Town, St. Catherine address. Further, Bailey disclosed that 6 other people have been taken into custody in relation to the robbery. Hold on, I'm turning. Let my headphone loud. We have the information, we have the intelligence that we are working, but I am not going to get into any more detail regarding that, Bailey said. Meanwhile, Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson explained that with the use of technology, rapid intelligence gathering, and agile investigative processes, the police were able to quickly progress the case immediately following the incident. Now, prior to the March incident, criminals in... Yeah, we don't know the part. So, Yeah. I don't know. Apparently, they are being targeted. It would seem that way. Then it would seem that the men who are doing the targeting are very organized, and some people have said that it would appear that they have some form of tactical training, especially in the use of firearms. So I don't know. You look at it just like me. So we'll see. The one man charge, 6 more in custody in relation to the incidents. So I guess we watch and see. You see me? But spare a thought for security officers aligned to the courier services in Berryllium. That must be very uncomfortable, knowing what has been going on and what may happen. Like, it's crazy, man. Yeah. So that's the Berryllium situation. So that is 3 attacks in less than 3 months. Jamaica phone service. So I go on for. No. In the press conference yesterday, I didn't get to watch the press conference. I downloaded the press conference, but I didn't get to watch it yet either. But just reading from a few articles, the commissioner notes major successes in tackling organized crime. Also, I think there were information suggesting that major crimes have also decreased. Let me see if I can find it. The Twitter. The pictorial representation of the information. So I can Jamaica Constabulary Force. Yes. At the top. So it says major crimes, murders are down 20.7%. You know, we have been talking about that every time we have updates from the constabulary, it is suggesting that murders are trending down. And whilst based on the statistics and the data, that sounds great in theory, we have been discussing that it don't feel like we're on the ground. And here we go again. So the the CP saying 20.7% decrease in murder compared to the corresponding period last year. Shootings are down 12.7%. Rapes, 47.4% reduction. Robberies, 32.3% reduction. And breakings down by 11.4%. So that is the information as was presented yesterday in the press conference. And let me go back through it. Murders, let me get somewhere. So. Yes, murders down 20.7%. Shootings, 12.7% down. Rape, 47.4% down. Robbery, 32.3% down. And break-ins, 11.4% down. Those are classified as major crimes. Yeah? So that is the information as was presented yesterday. Zane? Teach them sports there, man, because today, you know if Buxton win. No, you know, I don't know if a Buxton win. I don't know if a Bishop win still, you understand? But you don't think man said me those. No, sir. I don't even know the house there in Buxton, sir. You understand? But that's the next story for you next time. Now, Anderson notes major successes in tackling organized crime. And this isn't also in relation to the Beryllium situation. So Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson said there have been significant successes in the force's effort to combat organized crime, specifically in relation to gangs, guns, and illicit drug trade. Well, and the illicit drug trade. Our intelligence capacity increases and our collaboration with our key partners, locally and overseas, improved. We are already seeing the benefit. In the first quarter of 2023, there were drug seizures totaling 1,563 kilograms of cocaine and 4,204 kilograms of ganja, he said, adding that 94 people were arrested and charged for drug-related offenses over the period. Gun seizures for the quarter amounted to 225 guns, representing the highest confiscation since 2017. Oh yeah? Oh. Furthermore, 200, and that is good progress. I mean, if 1 quarter the seizure was greater than a long time, we'll give thanks to that. We soon come to some data related to these things. So gun seizure for the quarter amounted to 225, representing the highest confiscation since 2017. So I am interpreting this to mean that this first quarter of the year is being compared to the first quarter of 2017. So furthermore, 238 people were arrested and charged for gun-related offenses between January and March this year. And it would be good to note also background music load, bro. Here, Richie? People, the background music loud and Richie phone speaker just different. But I'm gonna bring it down and say loud. You understand? So Ono couldn't tell me that all this time. No, do. Right. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey said the Jamaica Constabulary Force has been working diligently to crush organized crime operations in Jamaica. Now, some of the avenues that used to produce income for the organized crime world have been impacted by the activity of the security forces. So definitely they will seek other avenues to replenish what they are doing to get additional funding. But we will continue to pursue them, and we have a general idea of who some of these people are. And then people are going to say, then Mr. Bailey, if you know who these people are, then why you don't go arrest them? And then Mr. Bailey are going to say, the information is still being gathered and investigations are still ongoing, and they don't want to move too early, and they don't want to cause a chain reaction, then pick up one I don't know what they say, but that's what I say. On my side, it competes with By the way, teacher, I don't know what calculations are from the JCF used, but the murder rate is still high to me. Well you understand? Gerard Mullins, blessings family, they say good on my side. Richie, I don't know, like, I never seen nobody complain before. Zane, Jamaica Phone Service, what kind of load? Low, oh, he must say my ear too. Look like Richie and Jamaica Phone Service, for them phone, they new, the speaker, them a kick, me don't know. You understand? So I could continue, so. Right? So them go on to talk about the Berryllium situation. So Mr. E, who was arrested in relation to the Brayton Portmore, Scotia situation, he has been charged with 12 offences. A breakdown of the offences have not been given. Zane and 6 other people have been charged in connection with that robbery. So we have the information, we have the intelligence, and we are working. Somebody read that already run on our next part. Zane? So we'll pick up now. So reflecting on the first quarter, Anderson said the JCF has made strides in its crime control efforts and continue to strengthen community outreach and intervention. Now, major crimes have declined by 22% so far this year, as I gave you the breakdown just now. At the end of March, murders were down by 21% year on year, while shootings 13%. We, however, continue to see a shift in the attribution of murders, the reduction in gang-related murders relative to the interpersonal conflicts. As at the 31st of March, again, gang conflicts accounted for 67% of these murders. Interpersonal conflicts accounted for 22%, while 4% occurred in the furtherance of other criminal acts, and 7% are still being determined, the commissioner said. Anderson said that the JCF continues to get new equipment, implement its policing plan, and work closer with communities. He has no doubt that people will begin to feel safe. We have been seeing encouraging signs that communities are less willing to accept criminals in their midst. The strategy of our commanders and their teams to be closer to their communities and build relationships is working. We do not regard these efforts as an event, but as an ongoing part of the policing plan. So let me give you the data again, and then we'll talk about some other things, because some other things to talk about. So again, based on what the commission said, because we have to talk about these things, you know. Murders are down 20.7%, shootings 12.7%, rapes 47.4%, robberies 32.3%, and break-ins 11.4%. The major crimes, so all of them are down compared to the first quarter of 2022. Also, it was stated that murders committed in Jamaica, 67% are gang related. Interpersonal, this is what? 22%. Criminal, 4%. Mob killing, 7%. And the rest of it is yet to be identified, I guess. So, yeah. Firearms and ammunition seizure for the first quarter. So in 2023, 325 guns have been seized since the start of the year, as I said, compared to 200, so one more than the period last year. In 2021, 193, and in 2020, 164. So this quarter, the gun seizure is the highest for the past quite a few years. 2017 at 3 and 5, 6 years. So I guess that is good. That is progress. We'll take that. However, and it brings me to the situation. Again, just like how we hear that. So for the last quarter, for the fourth quarter last year, the economy grew 3.8%. And in a previous stream not so long ago, I'm saying yes, I'm hearing words that there has been economic growth and economic recovery, and that is great. You know, me like good news. Good news is good news. We like positive news. We like progress. However, that being said, and I now discredit the Jamaican economy, and I'm just saying that whilst we are hearing there's economic growth and there's economic recovery, it is not trickling down to those who are worse off, those who really need to feel the benefits of the economic growth and economic progression. Just like how we hear say crime is trending down, murders are trending down, but it just don't feel like that on the ground. And again, I now discredit the data presented by the very hard-working members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, because I know that policing in this country is a most difficult task, and I appreciate what the police do. But what I'm saying is that based on the data and based on the feel on the ground, because I am on the ground, I live on the ground, Zine, it don't feel that way. So much so, like, teacher, not just me, but 3 other co-workers here watching, they're having the same issue. But yeah. I be rich people with nice new phone service of a co-worker, Richie. So I go on, man. No worry on yourself. But big up on yourself. Let's say that alright, Commissioner Anderson is right in his assessment. Many Jamaicans won't see the bigger picture. But yeah, and Adrian is, but that is a thing too. Zine, whilst and I agree with that, in fairness. But I'm saying, may I say all of this to say this. I yearn for the time when the crime statistics is being felt on the ground. That the reduction in murders is being felt on the ground and it's translated in people actually feeling safer in going about their business, you understand, in bringing out their families, in purchasing their cars and in farming. Because prey larceny is a huge issue in this country. We soon talk about some goat thieves, alleged goat thieves who were killed. You understand what I say? As people buy them vehicles sometime, man steal them. People still can't to walk with them phone. Hey Inga, it's great to see you, All is well. Without people targeting them. You understand what I say? So, whilst I appreciate the data, Zane, I would also appreciate that data transferring to the ground, to the actual reality, to the feel of the people. You understand? Because what you know, so whilst we hear that murders are down 20.7% year to date, Zine? And this was since this info was shared yesterday, because the press conference was 2 o'clock. Shortly after that, a man was shot and killed, well, even before he reached us. A man who went to pick up a child at Meadowbrook Prep was attacked and shot. Apparently, the child was on the bike and she had to run. The man succumbed to his injuries late last night whilst receiving treatment. Yeah? Since this, I'm just saying. Zane, man shot and killed, taxi driver injured in Manchester. So, the Manchester police have confirmed the shooting death of a man and the injury of a taxi driver in Albion district in the parish on Wednesday. The deceased has been identified as Corey Simpson. Yeah, me need to hear this in my ears because so open a too loud phone. The deceased has been identified as Corey Simpson. Now, a police source stated that Simpson was released from jail last week. According to police reports, Simpson was among passengers in a taxi which travelled to Mandeville from St. Elizabeth. When the taxi made its stop in Mandeville, the deceased chartered the vehicle to take him to Albion. As he disembarked the cab in Albion, about 12:30 p.m., gunmen opened fire, hitting him. The taxi driver, who managed to escape the scene after his vehicle came under heavy gunfire, was shot in the back. He ended up at the Newport police station where he was assisted to hospital. Simpson was also rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. This is a taxi driver, the vehicle was chartered, It's a taxi driver trying to earn an honest living for himself and his family, Zane, and him get caught up in a that's up here, where look like I want something go on for a long time. Because the deceased was released from prison. I don't know why I'm served time for. Zane, and obviously he was targeted, and here we go. Alright, so we continue. 2 killed in Spanish Town shooting. 2 people were shot and killed during a gun attack along Railway Lane in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Wednesday afternoon. The police say about 2 p.m. explosions were heard along the roadway and the driver of a motor vehicle and a female passenger were shot. The man reportedly died on the spot while the woman was rushed to hospital where she was pronounced dead. A third person was reportedly injured in the incident, but their condition is not known at this time. So since the declaration that there is a reduction in murders, what we have now, 1, 2, 4 murders and what? 3 injuries, 2 people shot and injured and 4 murders, yeah? All right. So I am trying to say, whilst the police are doing good work and there is progress, in many regards, it is just slow compared to the rate at which people are dying, if I get what me say. And again, I know not the JSF and I know not police officers. I am just saying I yearn, I desire for that day when the data, you feel the data on the ground. So it's not just to say murders are down 20.7% and shootings are down 12.7%, but you feel it. You understand what I say? You actually feel like a trickle down in the streets. Because the truth is that majority of Jamaicans don't feel safe here anymore. That is just the reality of the thing. You know, make no sense to pretend. Many people are extremely cautious about the decisions they make and the places they go and the things they do in light of the current situation. Many law-abiding Jamaican citizens. Why? Because nobody no must have nothing, But you can go somewhere where next man and somebody have something. You can go somewhere where a man who is involved in gang activities is there and him rivals or him cronies them come for him. Because the man them not spare but the collateral damage is nothing to them. As long as a person with them go for dead, no matter who else dead. It's just the reality of how the thing go. You understand what I say? That is just the reality of how the thing go, And I now dwell on the negatives because people tend to say that. That is not what I speak for myself. I can't tell about nobody else. That is not what I am doing. And as I say, I appreciate the data and appreciate the trend in the data because for the last couple of quarters, the data is suggesting that there's a downward trend in murders. Yeah? There's a decrease in murders compared to the previous year. And I get that and I appreciate that. You understand? And as me say, me nah beat up on the police, me nah beat up on the commission. I'm just saying I would like to feel the data on the ground, in the streets. Zane, I covered these as there has been no news yesterday and today and probably for the rest of the week. Because I be kinda out of treat with some stuff. Zane, but it means I'm gonna read the stories them same way. It means I'm gonna read the articles them same way. And when the news is on, I am the one who edits these stories. So every day I see them. So it's not me at dwell upon negativity, it's just that I treat with these stories day in, day out. I'm trying to find a way out every day. So I can speak about them. You understand what I say? As I sing that song that I know. Me no know. May I tell you the truth? I don't know. Zane, whilst this is interpersonal, let me say me can't find it. It is still murder. Zane, man allegedly slays sibling in squabble. We spoke the last time I spoke about the situation where a 17-year-old was killed apparently during a dispute with her father, even though information is emerging that there was another person there who was involved in some dispute with the young lady, and I don't know. So I can't tell us is the father Sabar, but the father has been arrested. I don't think he has been charged as yet. Zane, I think he was found somewhere with his wrist and throat slit and some long story. I can't even keep up with that. Zane, the situation in St. Anne where a father has been charged for the murder of his 14-year-old son after him got collect him from one dead yard, 9 night. The irony is crazy. Zane, and we're talking about a cousin, two cousins were having a dispute recently, and one shub one and she fell and hit her head and died. There are so many cases where family members, very close family members, are killing each other. Zane, an alleged long-standing domestic dispute is said to be behind Tuesday's gruesome killing of 37-year-old Mason Pops Smichael, reportedly at the hand of his older brother in Ebony Park, Tollgate, Clarendon. And this is not a police thing, because the truth is that with domestic violence, police can't see a people yard. So it's not even, this is not about the police. It's just a general thing in the country where we are very aggressive, we are very hot-tempered, hot-headed, very short, very quick to become violent, and our ability to treat with conflict resolution in many instances is non-existent. While the family has declined to speak with the media, residents said that even though the siblings are usually embroiled in disputes, they were shocked by Tuesday's fatal outcome. The police report at about 9:15 a.m., Smichael and his brother had an argument which subsequently led to a tussle. The brother then reportedly used a knife to inflict multiple stab wounds to Smichael's upper body. The injured man was taken to hospital where he succumbed while being treated. Now, according to one resident, the two siblings had a fight on Saturday, but the altercation was disrupted after police officers arrived on the scene. A police team happened to be in the area and mash it up and bring them home. So maybe this killing would have gone from Saturday, one resident said. Recalling the moments leading up to Smichael's murder, one resident said that the two of them was at a shop and they threw words on each other. But Pops said him nah bother entertain a negative vibes because of his birthday month. Smichael would have celebrated his birthday on April 16th. Now the Ebony Park area is part of the Yorktown division, and that is not even important. I don't want to hear from a politician. Let me continue. Yeah, so that's the situation. So following up, Clarendon man charged for allegedly stabbing brother to death. So the accused has been arrested and charged. And things. So charges a 39-year-old German Smichael, otherwise called Chin, a laborer. And things. So, yeah. We don't want no more bloodshed. We don't want no more you did. The little Jamaica where we love, bring it back to what it was. Too much gangsters and thugs and AKs and stuff. Hold on there.
Send for the big bad, teach them. So we said teach them, entertain them, educate them, and teach them all the while and never stop what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Drop the rhythm. Take a good look around us. Are we pleased with our living conditions? Senseless killing each and every day. What's happening to our youths? Oh no, no, we don't want no more bloodshed. We don't want no more youths dead. They look at Jamaica where we love, bring it back to what it was. Too much youngsters and thugs and AKs and slugs. Take a look at the rainbow. Let's see sorrows and rainbow. You can't make life and no still I take life. Say you a murderer one day you must pay the price. Life is so hard. Every day we see ghosts. You gotta live it up right. Are you wicked? Gun no. If it's not by police, it's by gunman. That's the way it goes. Living in the ghetto region. Teach them down in the ghetto where we born and grow. No, daddy, I just mother one we know. Every day she say, me son, protect your life. Vampires and bloodsuckers walk day and night. Them say them a friend, them are no friend. Make the right choice. Make sure you listen to your mama voice. Not try for this, my mama true, you walking with your crew. Make me mama cry and does lightning for you. But if you diss me, you can get wet. That's alright because I love we a chant every day and night. We don't want no more bloodshed. We don't want no more youths dead. They look at Jamaica where we love, bring it back to what it was. Too much youngsters and dogs and AKs and slugs. Take a look at the rainbow. Let's say sorrows and rainbow.
Me I go make it play out.
Can't make life and no still I take life. Say you a murderer one day you must pay the price. Life is so hard. Every day we see ghosts. You gotta live it up right. Are you wicked? Gun if it's not by police, it's by gunman. That's the way it goes. Living in the ghetto region. Oh Lord. Down in the ghetto, it's a game and it's a gamble. Every day we look up in a guns and gun angle. Don't get carried away nor entangle. Left the woman chop her read up and she ankle. The her back her chain also the bangle. All wrongdoers won't forget trample. We don't want no more bloodshed. We don't want no more youths dead. Jamaica where we love, bring it back to what it was. Too much youngsters and thugs and AKs and slugs. Take a look at the rainbow. Let your sorrows and rainbow. You can't make life and no still I take life. Say you a murderer one day you must pay the price. Mama head bad up again. Papa can't stand up again. One son them have them till they brown a Christian pen and him a just 26, now reach 27 years. We don't want no more bloodshed. We don't want no more youths dead. Look at Jamaica where we love,
Bring it back to what it was.
too much youngsters and thugs and AKs and slugs.
Take a look at the rainbow.
Let your sorrows and pain go. You can't make life and no still I take life. Say you a murderer one day you must pay the price. Oh no no. Oh no no. Teach them. Take a look at the rainbow. Thank you.
Big up my friend, Gandhi, Ras Gandhi. Mr. Moonlight asks who sing that. Gandhi. Somebody say it sound like a Taurus. No. You understand? You can't pay a Taurus in the dub plate. I never pay a Gandhi still. I just call him and say how much you do a dub plate. And then say, oh, you want to teach? Then me can't charge you. Which truth? And then there you go. You seeing? Yeah, peeps. Deep tune. You understand what I say? And me I start do that a little bit more often where songs where kind of resonate with some topics. We go play them. You understand? Teach trickle down economy is not automatic. Me know, bro. Me not say no. Me not say no. You know, me soon get run to economy. I mean, not just a part of it still. I'm just saying, I yearn for the day when these things align to the realities. So me get that, man. Me know we're not gonna move overnight. I'm just saying that we want to reach there, so. You see me? Speaking about murder again. A male and a female who were reported missing in Kitsatown near the Nesbury Villa area were found in a state of decomposition with their hands and feet bound a day or two after they went missing. It's crazy. It's crazy. And speaking about that, a young mother of a 3-year-old who was reported missing in Hanover. She was found in a cane piece, I think. Her body in a state of decomposition as well. 2 men who were arrested, they have been officially charged for her murder. So 2 men charged with the murder of 18-year-old. Hold on. 2 men charged with the murder of 18-year-old woman's death. So detectives have charged the 2 men who were taken into custody last Friday with the murder of 18-year-old T.C. Hall, whose decomposing body was found in Marchtown, Green Island, Hanover. So charged are 23-year-old Romaine Vassell, otherwise called Twin, and the 21-year-old Antonio Salmon, otherwise called Brown Man. Both of Marchtown addresses. Now, police launched an investigation into Hall's disappearance after she was reported missing from the 25th of March. On the 31st of March, lawmen who were reportedly acting on information went to a cane field in the community where they found Hall's decomposing body. Now, Vassell and Salmon were subsequently arrested and interviewed by the police. And investigators have reported that they are awaiting the post-mortem results to determine the cause of Hall's death. Yeah? Yep. That said, Kitsatown murder teach them that is personal. A farmer or farmers may be involved. Yeah. We don't want no more bloodshed. We don't want no more youths dead. Goat thieves killed in police shootout in Manchester. So 2 men were shot dead and a 3rd injured following a shootout with the police in Kingsland in Spur Tree, Manchester, I think yesterday. So far, one of the deceased has been identified as Dwayne Baker. Now, according to a police source, Baker was out on bail and charged of breaking and entering a property in the parish. Interesting. The police say he was also a suspect in other incidents of break-ins. Oh, and he was granted bail, ain't it? It is reported that the men, I know that people are entitled to them bills. So nobody get to know why I cross. Me get that. But then, we'll get into that one next time. It is further reported that a shootout, well, I'm not ready to say it. It is reported that the men who are from Manchester and St. Elizabeth addresses had stolen several goats in St. Elizabeth earlier that day and were escaping through Manchester when they were intercepted by the police. It is further reported that a shootout ensued, which occurred at approximately 4:30 p.m. When the shooting subsided, the 3 men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. The police say a firearm was seized. They were taken to hospital where 2 of them were pronounced dead and the other admitted. Now, residents say persons along the roadway were seen scampering during the heavy gunfire. I don't even know from where it started, but if you look at the entrance to turn into the lane off the main road, you will see spent shells. Them turn off the road and go down in a lane and try to escape, and the police back them up in there. Pure gunshot. We never know what go on until it die down, a resident explained. You know how hard it be for buy goat, raise goat and have people come take them, so I'm glad to the police get them, man. We need to get rid of these thieves, the resident added. And these things. Yeah. And I made mention earlier of the situation in regards to the man who was shot outside, well, at the gate of the Meadowbrook Prep School yesterday. when he went to pick up a student there. He is of a cassava piece address, and his name is Otta Garrick. So he received injuries and died while receiving treatment at hospital last night. The turnout at the school today was low, based on an article that I saw, as you can appreciate the fact that parents are still very concerned, even though the incident did not take place on the school compound. But anything could have happened. The child that he went to pick up could have been shot and injured or killed as well. So, you know how these things go. Yeah. Ah, boy. I don't know what's the situation in relation to that shooting, but it is a situation again now where lives are lost. Yeah? And based on the information that I shared with you just now, based on the police's information, they are saying that for the first quarter of the year, 67% of the murders which were recorded, documented, are gang related. Yeah? So there's that. But the data will show that these are Jamaicans being killed. So, oh no. Don't in the ghetto where we born and grow. I know not daddy, I just my mother want me know. It thinks that away. So whilst my friend just know Jamaica is not safe to live anymore. Jamaica is like the most crime in the Caribbean. See, one of the G was talking about the economic. Yes, as a teacher, trickle down economy is not automatic. JA people have to be more creative to benefit from the trickle down. Yeah, I get that one. I will agree. See, but what I'm saying, I want you to understand, because you know sometimes we say some things and some things are lost in translation. What I'm saying is that I appreciate and welcome the economic progress, economic recovery. The data is suggesting same. I appreciate that. I am happy about that. Just like how I appreciate the data from within the constabulary saying murders are trending down and shootings are trending down. I appreciate them data there. See? But the data is just that. It is data. What I would like to see, and for the persons who never get what me I say fully first, and me use the two words before, I yearn for the day, I desire the day that the economic recovery and the economic growth is of such where it will benefit more people. See? Because truth is that I don't know that you will ever have a country where everybody is benefiting equally or close to such from economic progression. That is just not the reality. But what I'm saying is that I would like for a day to come when the economic progress is so good, it's so great, that those who are most vulnerable amongst us are benefiting. Because look at it. Truth is that I am blessed. Zin, in terms of I am far from being rich, but the work that I have put in over the years, both as an educator and as a content creator, is so much that I am able to treat with certain situations better than some people. While they have people who are able to treat with it far better than I am. But I can remember the days when instead of going to the supermarket, I have to go around shop around one corner. Because I don't have the money to go to the supermarket, I have to get something for today and keep it going. See? I know what that feel like. And I'm saying that to say many Jamaicans are treating with that when we used to treat with them days and now. And some of them don't even have it for go to the corner shop, much less. See? There are many people, I'm not saying, but there are people among us in this country who can't find dinner tonight. There are children who when them go home this evening from school, them not get no dinner. Them wake up a man, them probably not get no breakfast either. You understand? That is the reality that we're living in. People still live in this country who don't have a roof over them head. I'm not pointing no finger at anybody. I'm just saying the reality is the reality. We're talking about the reality. We're not talking about nothing else. We're talking about the reality. Zane? And I'm saying, and just like my friend said just now, Jamaicans need to be more creative to benefit from the trickle-down economics. Yeah? Whilst I would have searched and experimented with many things in trying to supplement my income as an educator. Zane, some people don't have the time to do that. Some people don't have the mental conviction to do that. Zane, so some people are really and truly suffering. That is just the truth. And this is not a political thing. This is not a casting blame at anybody. We just talk about the situation. And I'm saying, whilst it is good, it is great that I'm hearing so much positivity surrounding economic recovery and economic growth. Let me see if I can pull up the stat in Statistical Institute of Jamaica. Because we like work from a position of facts, you know. Yeah. See it there? It has said the fourth quarter of 2022, there was 3.8 growth in the economy compared to the last quarter of 2021. This is good news. You understand? Service industry grew by 3.6%. 6 would be good. 3.6%. And the food and processing industry grew by 4.7%. Great. And I'm saying, I just want the economic recovery to be such in time where the most vulnerable among us, Zane, those people who really need to feel the economic recovery start to feel it. That's all I'm saying. I not throw cold water upon economic progression. I would have never do that. I not throw cold water upon a reduction in murder, a reduction in shootings, or rapes, or breakings, or robbery. I could have never do that. I'm just saying, I hope for the day to come when the data translate on the ground, in the street, in pockets of people who need the trickle-down economic thing. You understand? Transfer from JCF papers and PowerPoints into the communities where people can feel safe to play football again. Where a man, now if I am wedding him, I go on him one day, if him wedding, I'm going to lead him funeral. These are the things that we are talking about. And Mark, you know, the police can be everywhere and the police them can't stop every crime. I get that. I understand that. What I'm saying is that we need for these data to align with the reality that we face. Zane, not throwing in the cold water on the data. Appreciate the data, appreciate the progress. I would love now for the data to fall in alignment with the reality on the ground. Zane, so I could talk about the economic situation. Richie said that will never happen. Boy, Richie, me I hope say it happens, sir. In other words, teach the data and the reality on the ground. Now, them not in sync. Them not in alignment, bro. That is the truth. You have to call on the Prime Minister to build a country that everybody can have equal benefits. See, and as me say again, Red Bull, I don't know that we will ever reach that stage where there is that level of equity. However, all me ask is for the most vulnerable among us, they don't fall through the cracks as much as they are now. You understand? So, yeah. The country can't come back. No, Richie, man. No, Richie. I agree with, I appreciate your suggestion, bro. Probably I should then give Richie an opportunity for calling. Probably we need further conversation over a phone call. But Richie, there's nothing on the face of the earth that cannot be changed. Jamaica included. Again, there is nothing on the face of this planet that cannot be changed, whether positively or negatively. Zane, it just not exists. If there's a will, there's a way. If the vision is there, if the will is there, if people are willing to make the sacrifices, anything can be changed, bro. That is just my view. Again, your view and my view, them not align right here, so. But I'm going to stick to my view upon that one here. Anything can change, man. You have countries doing worse than Jamaica, you know, bro. And you have many countries doing better than Jamaica. Then you have countries that are doing worse who aim for do better. And you have countries where do better, we aim for do even better. So changes can make, man. You know, casting a stone. You understand? And if you even casting a stone, you chip off the part there and rub it down and start carve out to a next section. Like, you see me? So I don't, while things are really bad, while the violence is palpable, like you can feel it more time, Zane, while we still have many people living below the poverty line in this country, while political corruption and corruption of government agencies is rife, whilst there are criminal elements still in the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defence Force, why a lot of our teachers are not really and truly living up to what is required of them, while many of the youths are so caught up in the fast lane and not willing to do a so-called 9 to 5 to put food on them table and a chop the line them thing there, you know, impossible, bro. Zane? You know, impossible. Johnny be good. I don't know. I don't know all the beaches here, to be honest. I have not seen a data sheet where said this a beach or that a beach. So I don't know, to be honest. So I can't answer that. Zane, I went to Honduras last month and trust me, Jamaica is in a good place in comparison. El Salvador, president, now ramp with criminals. Zane? She's Caribbean. The name the bad. I always remember. Big up yourself, you know. You see me? So it thing not look good, you know. Don't get me wrong, you know. Richie B. Zane, don't get me wrong. The thing not look good. The thing look dire in some regards. You understand what I say? But there is hope, man. There is hope. There was a gospel song one year. There is hope in the Lord. I would sing that song now. There is hope in King Jesus. There is hope in God. I don't remember who singing song. I know that song that's something. But I not say the hope is in God or Jesus. And I just say, but there's hope. You know why? Because as bad as it is, you still have more, and again, I can't really scientifically quantify or qualify this, but I think you have more well-thinking, law-abiding Jamaican citizens here. You have more than those who have ill will and ill intent for life and property and people and people. Then you have more progressive people in this country than destructive minds. Zane, it is not impossible. Will it happen overnight? Hell no. Yes, and text and blessings. Because it has taken us decades to reach here, so it's not gonna happen overnight. It may take decades. You understand? But all is not lost, man. The only time all is lost is when there's no more Jamaican existing. Yeah? But as long as there are Jamaicans, the thing can turn around. Do we have the will and the vim, vigor, and vitality? That's another question. Are we losing in this fight to try and turn around this country? In many regards, yes. Are many of the problems persisting because of lack of vision? Yes. But all is not lost. I don't think so. And whilst I was closing Friday night, Zane, I was imploring other Jamaicans, well-thinking Jamaicans who have the best interests of the country at heart, Jamaicans who are able to express their views in a non-contentious manner, who are able to call a spade, should also use whichever platform of their choice for join the fight, for help encourage others out there for join the fight for a better nation. You understand? We have enough sus and gossipers. We have enough divisive elements in the social media space. We have Jamaicans who have the ability to look at the issues, to analyze the issues for themselves, you understand, to draw a position, Zane, and to fight. We need more people doing that, because the truth is that you have more people out there who are loud and vulgar, who don't have the best interest of certain things at hand. It's just a hustle for them. Zane, and with agenda, we need to balance that. We need more people who are able to communicate effectively using facts to Jamaicans at home and abroad. It thing not in a hopeless, man. Is hope diminishing? Yeah, of course. You understand? Is it at a stage where you can't blame people for just dropping them hands and leaving Jamaica? Hell no, you can't blame them. Everybody have to look out for their own thing. But all is not lost. Zane, it's a hell of a job to change the direction and course of this country. You understand? And one of the issues we have too is that we have been so socialized to depend on politicians for everything. What have they been doing over these years? How far have we progressed under political leaders and political or elected officials, I should say. So, point I'm making is that we, you, me, whether you're the yard or you're abroad, you have a role to play. Zane? The whole society needs some form of re-socialization. You know? We have been socialized in some way that is very dangerous in this country. You know? You understand? There are so many there. It's crazy. You see me? Jamaicans who living in Jamaica not really seeing what's going on in the country. Well, I understand that, you know, Richie. So we have become some things has become the norm, and we're becoming immune to some things. But nah, man, many people are here complain every day about things, man, and I try to make a change, man. Zane, so saying Jamaicans who live here and see the thing for what it is not fair either. Because you have many Jamaicans who on a daily basis, you understand, decry the situation in the country. You may not hear them or you may not see them, but they're there and they're doing it. Because many of them don't have a platform like some people. Many of them don't have the platforms that the people who are saying only negative things are saying. So you probably don't hear them. Zane, but you have very, very smart people, especially some of the people on Twitter, not the ones who are the political mercenaries and political 3 grand followers, not those ones, but people who are genuinely patriotic and want a better Jamaica. Zane, Twitter is a space where you have some brilliant minds congregate sometimes, and then you have some other minds where you need to train some minds. You understand? So, I mean, I get what you're saying, Richie, and you're making some very valid points, you know. Zane, it's just that Richie is at an extreme end of the scale. And I don't think the things are dire, to be honest. I mean, Richie probably will come back one time as a teach. You see how long me I tell you. But until then, Richie, I am seeing the cup as 3/4 empty. You understand? As a quarter empty than as a quarter full than 3/4 empty. Let me fix up that. I am seeing the glass as a quarter full versus 3/4 empty. You understand? Because I'm half full, half empty with the thing, the ratio bigger than that. Zane, Richie B, I agree with you 100%. I mean, that is good. You understand? That's fine. But as me I say, we need more people who have Jamaica's best interests at heart, who want a better country for them children and because the truth is, the change where you and me see is not we sell for you see that for anymore now, because how the things set now, chances are we won't be around long enough to see them changes there. But we have children and we're having children and we'll have grandchildren and great grandchildren. You understand? So truth is that the good that we are doing now, what we are trying to do now, what we are trying to implement now is really and truly for the benefit of our generations. Teach, please start the callback in thing, because I would like to hold a reason. Hold on, Blue Mountain. If you're ready for call, give me a few minutes. Me soon make a call. Me soon put the number up on screen. I can't take a 1 call or a 2 call. It's not a problem. Zane? So, that's the thing there. You see him? So Blue Mountain, let me say Blue Mountain. I'm saying one call. Let me say I can't find the phone there. I think the number then there's something about the place. So. Then, phone there's something wrong. So. I hope you know that it will be a problem. You see me? Yeah. So the number to call is 830-5189. I hope I right number that. So try your luck and see. I don't know. Casita Johnson. Hello, Miss Johnson. How are you? Jaro, what go on? Zane, Auntie. Richie, I don't think it can be facts. That's very opinionated, to be honest. To say it's facts, I don't really know still, but you see me? All I want me to tell you is opinion based as well. So, because as I say, a lot of the things I can qualify or quantify, to be honest with you. But me get the frustration, you know, bro, and don't feel like I am not frustrated, you know. Like, as I say, having to treat with these murder stories on a daily basis in whether I may cover them or I read the news, because I may still have to edit the news, like, it's annoying, family. Me get it. You understand? There are so many issues in this country where we just need Black Champion one. We just need for start off by doing the simple things and take it a step at a time. Hey, Lady Erica, how are you? Zane, because many of the things that we're treating with as a country, it would have taken decades for us to reach where we are, and it will take decades or more to reverse it. Zane, so me I wait for something for call. I not see the phone ringing. Hopefully everything work out and then try to call. You understand what I say? So Blue Mountain. I hope I right number me get to. That's the next thing. See, I'm a double check it because all age I run up on me quick, you know. You see? Very forgetful these days. Number 830 when I come back on screen. 8. Go on there. I saw a tweet from an El Salvadorian. He mentioned that it took 50 years for them to finally see a change. So if I can help make a change for our future generation, it's worth it. 830-5189. Yeah, I think that's the number. So when you're ready, you can do that. So we take the call when you come in. You understand? So oh, and it's a WhatsApp, you know. No WhatsApp no installed on the phone. It's a straight call. Sorry about that. So you have to keep it short if your credit not enough like. You understand? Teacher from Millsall. Skipper! Father Wendell, what you did, family? All is well, sir? Like 10 years. It might take more than that, man. You see me? So, yeah. So we could treat. So we were talking about the economic situation and the fact that the trickle-down effect is not being felt. Well, it not trickle-down. I mean, and the viewer made a very valid point that it will take some time. And I appreciate that. Just like the crime data, I'm saying, yes, the data is suggesting that things are heading in the right direction. I would love the day when the data is in sync with reality, or the data is in alignment with the reality on the ground. That is all I'm asking. It will take time. Of course it will take time. But I'm just saying. You see me? Is that Michael reunion? I think we need true leaders in Jamaica. People are capable of running the country. But how we get that though, Jaro, when 95% of we are so tribalistic and partisan, and we living at the past where our mother and our grandmother vote for this and vote for that, and we're not change. Like, we're not really political. We are so socialized in this country to feel like political representatives and we serve them versus them serving us. You understand? Many of us are so, I see it every day on Twitter. That's why I'm even to go over there sometimes. I get annoyed. Like, oh, this a party do that and that a party do that and this a party do like okay, so my party do that. And them did wrong. How about saying that? It was wrong of that administration to do that. It would have set back the country XYZ years. Why we can't reach a level of maturity there where we can look on the thing and call it for what it is and call a spade and call out a political representative them whether we support them here and there. What is so? The moment you say something against a man, the moment you say something against Mark Gold in your Labour right, the moment you say something against Andrew your PNP, we need to break out of that something there, brother. We're supposed to can call out Mark if Mark forget call out. We're supposed to can call out Andrew if he forget. We're supposed to can call out the 63 member of parliaments when them out of line and would have done things that are not in the best interest of tax-paying Jamaican citizens. Mr. Reid, what go on, family? Dana Van Reese, blessings in the family. You know, I appreciate the support in a real life, you know. Give thanks, man. You know what I mean? So, and as I said earlier, the economy grew by 3.8% for the last quarter of 2022. Good news. Slightly outperforming the 3.4% projected from the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ. That is according to the latest information from the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Statin. Now, according to Statin, the country has now recorded 7 consecutive quarters of economic growth, and that is awesome. That is 7 consecutive quarters of economic growth. That is almost 2 years. 4 quarters in a year and 3, 7, yeah. Zine, so a year and 3 quarters worth of consecutive economic growth. Excellent. Zine, and as I was saying, the crime information statistics is suggesting that for the past few quarters, major crimes are trending down. Great. But that is the data, and that is awesome because you can't argue with the data, you know. However, I hope, and it may take a long time, for the crime data to be felt on the ground, for the economic growth and progress to be felt where it is most needed. See? Alright, so I'm going to continue. The goods producing industry saw the largest improvement of 4.7%. Manufacturing, this is always good. This was driven by a near doubling in output for the mining and quarrying sector. Now, agriculture and manufacturing also saw improvements of 5.9 and 5.4% respectively. It is good that agriculture is growing. We have had this discussion right here before about the potential importance of, let me put it this way. We have spoken about agriculture becoming the largest earner of foreign exchange for the country. In so much so, that our local food security is secured. Saying that kind of sound redundant, yes. But we are also our export bill, our export earnings far outweigh our import bill. Seeing, so all of them little things that we need for spend. There's a lot of idle lands in Jamaica to go with a lot of idle hands. Farming is not seen as attractive by many young people, and that is again socialization. Like I can tell you, when I am treating with agriculture in the CXC syllabus, I go to pains at length to ensure that my students understand that you can be a wealthy man doing agriculture. You know what I mean? So you have to go out in the field to do anything, you know. Zine? Because in a feed them head, when they hear about farming, they might think about one man with one cutlass and one fork, one water boot and one dirty looking tear pants and one shirt where him tie down a waist so, and up here so open. That is for them idea of a farmer, because that is what have been taught to them in the socialization. Zine? So I know that farming is not very attractive, and with the whole Lee's law of migration, we say that in rural urban migration it is normally the younger people in the population that move to the urban areas. So rural depopulation is a problem. So if you are leaving mostly the elderly in the rural areas, them can't farm, or they can't do the level of farming that is needed to supply the country's food demand and export. So all of these things, we need to make agriculture become more attractive. We need to make agriculture become more incentivized. You understand? The lands that are available for agriculture that are sitting idly, we need for get younger people We need to provide some more. And may I say, everything is not about money upfront. You know? We need to provide more agriculture scholarship for students matriculating from high schools into tertiary institutions. We need to spend more time trying to develop an appreciation for the agricultural science curriculum from primary school to high school. As may I said, a lot of the things in this country, you don't need rocket science knowledge to fix them. Just some... yeah, I don't know. Go on, farmer man. Go on, do your thing. Go on, plant the cassava, plant the pumpkin. Farmer man, yeah. Are you ready? Make we plant some good food for your body. Farmer man, yeah. I'm sound like we can't sing so tonight. Are you ready? Them bad food, we no want it. America plan war and I prepare for bombing. We are plan corn and I prepare for famine. I don't know. I need to get that dub plate from Jamaica, you know. I need go on farmer man. Go on do your thing from Bascomex. I want them. Yeah, cause I say, I don't stop talking about farming and push farming around here. Zane, my farming journey has been delayed. You understand? I have been wanting to do that. Zane, yes, and that's the next thing. I don't have the acreage to do the farming at this point in time. Zane, and there are many lands that are sitting idly, sitting under vegetation. Make leasing these lands for cultivation more accessible and easier for people who are interested. I've been wanting to do some farming. I want to do some poultry and some pig farming, and I want to grow some things too. You understand? You know them big old chicken house that we can hold about 1 million chicken like? Me want about 2 of them there. You understand? I've been wanting to do that for a while. Scotty, her major is agri-science she teach, agricultural science she teach. See, and environmental studies. See? And we have been working on, we are doing research. We have been researching all sorts of things. We talk about plantains one at a time. Then we talk about strawberry. Then we talk about some other things. We talk about the chicken thing and the pig. So I have been wanting to do that because I believe in it. It is hard work, but I believe in the fact that agriculture for Jamaica should be our primary industry. See, I know that tourism and the service sector is leading in terms of making money, but tourism is so delicate and so precarious. Any little shock externally can grind tourism to a halt. See? So that can be your main dependence, family. Yes, keep promoting tourism and pushing tourism and earn as much as you can earn from tourism, but we spend so much money importing things during COVID because of shortage here and shortage there and this and that and that. We should have supplied some country with some things for them shorter. So I'm saying to the government, I'm saying to those who are able to facilitate change, make it easier for people who are interested in cultivation, in farming, Zane, to access lands, Zane, make it easier to acquire machinery, Zane, for commercial agriculture. Make the acquisition of fertilizers and pesticides and insecticides a little bit more attainable, because at the end of the day, the country going to benefit from it. These things, as I say, you don't need a man with don't leave a letter back of them name or in front of them name to figure out these things. The land is there. Any parish in Jamaica you drive through now, there are vast amount of acreage that is owned by the government that is sitting idle. See? And whilst you have enough of the youth, them not interested in the thing, you have people out there who is willing. And also again, the next thing is that there has to be some form of collaboration between the agriculture sector, the agriculture ministry, and the Ministry of Security, because predial larceny is debilitating in some instances. Many farmers have just hang up them water boot and them equipment because they have been losing left, right, and center. So a whole heap of little things we need for treat to it. See, but as me I said, deal with the simple things, deal with the smaller things, Zane, because the small things over time amount to be large things. You understand? Sometimes we want to start from the top, then we go down. So why we can't start from the ground and build up? Most things that's how you build them, you know. I don't understand you want to build from the sky down to the ground. Who builds so? When there's no foundation. But again, I guess I am just a talker like people. Oh, you just talk. You just is a talker. You understand? OG say one call me and you not call me. I just go and talk said way. See, I don't know if you call me and not get you neither. That's the next thing. Cause yeah, but we should be able to take some calls. I don't know. DeAndre, what go on family? See, what the ones I say over here, so come have to check in and so on and say to you, I can't say. Auntie. I want to see myself. Yeah, see me. So I am willing and I'm ready when the land provides itself, avail itself in, and then again, you can't fool to the thing, you can't go farm in any area because you just want to farm, because then I work for some other people. You see me? You go up on your farm and all your produce gone. Me not depend that neither still. Me not really like people like so much. Me love people, but me not love people so much where me just a feed one whole community of my labor alone. Me not love, me not depend that. You understand? So then there is that. Because you have people who want to farm, who have the resources to farm, but the risk of losing not only their produce but their life is real. Many farmers have been killed by men robbing them of them goat and them cows and them produce. Many farmers. You see me? So we have to treat with that too. You can sell us some land. My price. Cause me not have it like that, you know. Leighton Stewart, big up yourself. You understand? Which part of land there? Which parish? That first thing. Which parish say? Cause accessibility is key, and moving produce from market, from field to market is important, you know. You understand? Remember, we teach these things, we know these things, you know. So we're not just a set. That is one of the things that I've been wanting to add to my thing as an income stream. You understand? Because my plan for left a few things to me youths them. Can't just come here and left so. You see it? Trelawney. It's part of Trelawney. And that's the next thing to you know. Interior Trelawney not go work out for me. You understand? Oh, it's a North Core side, okay. I don't know. Link me up, we'll talk. See if we can sell a couple buckle and some back juice and banana chips and phone card on one part and see if we can put a thing together. You understand? And a good agriculture land, because you could have sell me some land, I'm going to have to go sell more, you know. You understand? So I'm not depend on that neither. So yeah, peeps, them things are so great. Progress, 7 consecutive quarters of economic growth. That is great. I look for the day, Zane, where this economic growth is so much and so potent, Zane, that the most vulnerable among us start to benefit. I would love that. I would really like that. I lost millions of thieves in Jamaica. Then that I think Jared, the part I they kind of rustling, I can say, me not really work for mine, no man. Me not depend on that. You understand? My son. And right now you need to go look work. You understand? Because it's be a mash up things and place. Go work and buy them back too. So film time I run out too. So me not depend on that. You see me? Alright, so I'm going to move on. As I say, if there's anybody who is interested in sharing their views and thing, I don't know. So I go on. Him said the land located in Trelawney along the north coast, not exactly which part there, so I don't know. May I assume probably Ray Brain side, down there some Falmouth side, it wouldn't want to sound like. You see me? Yeah. Nick, so I go on family. So now, the Integrity Commission. What is that? That would be a what? Euphemism or paradox? Or irony? Probably trade them together. The Integrity Commission mum on possible prosecution of lawmakers according to officials, yeah? Make we read this, yeah. It's long, you know. We can't do the long thing there, about the long story there, but yeah. It's what it is. Nearly 2 years after 2 parliamentarians and 6 public officials were referred to the Integrity Commission's Director of Corruption Prosecution for providing false information to the anti-corruption body, no prosecutorial action has been reported in relation to the alleged offences. 2 years, you know. 2 parliamentarians, 6 public officials. Yeah? Recommendations were made to the Director of Corruption Prosecution, providing false information to the Integrity Commission is prosecutable under Section 43, subsection 2A of the Integrity Commission Act of 2017. Now, Section 43, subsection 2 states that a person who knowingly makes a false statement in a statutory declaration commits an offence and is liable on summary conviction in a parish court to a fine not exceeding $2 million or a term of imprisonment not exceeding 2 years. I wonder which 2 parliamentarians and with 6 cards, they never named them, you know. I go say I can't find out. In the 2021 annual report from the Integrity Commission, the single anti-corruption body reported that 2 parliamentarians and 6 public officials had been referred to Director of Corruption Prosecution Keisha Spence Kamika for providing false information. The report did not specify whether the 2 parliamentarians are members of the House of Representatives. Oh, that's the next thing. Are members of the House of Representatives, because I guess them can be senators too, innit? The Gleaner sought an update on the referrals and received response from Prince Kamika and the IC's Integrity Commission's Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson. The matters referenced in the annual report have since been referred for investigation and subsequent action as required. In the circumstances, we do not believe the Commission is in a position to offer any additional information with regard to those matters at this time, the IC stated in its response. Among other queries, the Gleaner had asked whether the Director of Corruption Prosecution had made a ruling on any of the 8 cases referred. Meanwhile, 6 months after the 2021 statutory declaration by opposition leader Mark Golding and his family was gazetted in keeping with the requirements under the Integrity Commission Act, the assets, income, and liabilities of the Prime Minister Andrew Holness are yet to be published as at April 3rd, 2023. And I made a point recently that even though the Integrity Commission appeared to have fumbled the bag and made a mess of the whole thing, all what was said and all the fire that was heaped on the Integrity Commission, the Prime Minister's assets are yet to be declared. So there is still that. You understand? So while that may have served as a distraction, the country still need to hear. It is a matter of his duty to declare same. See? The opposition leaders one was gazetted over 6 months now. Meanwhile, 6 months after. Yeah, right. So, yeah. I don't know. This what I go on, broski. Now, under the law, the IC is mandated to publish annually in the Jamaica Gazette the summary of the statutory declarations of the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition. Then I wouldn't want me none of that. I don't want people in my business like that neither, you know, sir. So then said me a prime minister, I'm a opposition leader, then I know about that neither, you know. But I mean, it's a job that you start, so you have to treat with it. But me don't know about that. You understand? My business is just their road, sir. I don't like it. But I mean, if you're opposition leader, you're prime minister, you know what you sign up for. So let the people them get the info. The argument done. If you don't want that to no lefty. You understand? Under the law, the Integrity Commission is mandated, Mr. That already. Don't. The Gleaner asks the Integrity Commission Chairman Seymour Panton whether the statutory declaration of the Prime Minister has been sent for a gazetting. The answer to the specific question is that the Commission has not sent the summary of the PM's statutory declaration for a gazetting, as it has not been duly completed as required by the law. In January, National Integrity Action Director Professor Emeritus Trevor Monroe argued that the continuing silence by Holness and the Commission on the statutory declaration was tantamount, in the absence of good reason, to disrespect for the Jamaican people and disregard for the intent of Jamaica anti-corruption law. It's more than that. I soon get to it. At the time, Monroe argued, I don't know how I feel about Monroe being an Integrity Commission too, so but we'll just read. Monroe argued that the Annual Integrity Commission check on the income, assets and liabilities of members of parliament and other public officials is one basic tool democracies utilize globally in tracking whether public officials are getting rich illicitly at the public expense. Yeah? To be fair to himself and to avoid speculation, our Prime Minister needs to address the inability of the Integrity Commission to certify and thereafter gazette the summary of the 2021 statutory declaration, Monroe said. Now, forget about what Monroe said, because Monroe. As the leader of a country who, from time to time, address issues of corruption or perceived corruption, who from time to time call on Jamaicans to be just, to be fair, to do things in a transparent manner and in a legal manner, it cannot be for so long that the Prime Minister has failed to complete his statutory declaration so it can be reviewed and gazetted. It sends the wrong signal and it leaves a bad taste in the mouth. Charles Scott, blessings, my friend. And if the opposition leader was involved in the same way that the Prime Minister is involved in treating with this, it would have been the exact same thing. It couldn't be where an opposition leader who wants to lead the country would be caught in a situation like that. So it cannot be for the Chief Minister, the Prime Minister, who I am certain will be seeking re-election, for whatever reason, 6 months after it should have been done, has failed to submit all the documentation for the process to be completed. It cannot be good. Not for the Prime Minister, not for the country, and the example that is being set here should not even be up for discussion because it shouldn't happen. The Prime Minister, in good faith, should have even submitted his one before the opposition leader. If he said, look here, I am the Prime Minister, I have been asking the citizens of this country to do things a particular way, so I am going to be leading by example in doing things a particular way. Again, are we not going to reach a stage and a point in this country where we do the simple things the right way, the bright way? Are we not? Alright, let me take off this because your G4 now work. Yeah. Yeah. We don't want no more bloodshed. Oh, it's not that tune. I soon find all of them tune there, you know. Yeah, son. I just need to find Kabaka Pyramid. Well done. Well done, Mr. Politician, man. You done a wonderful job at tear down the country demolition, man. Skip the bang, well done. Well done, Miss Politician lady. You forget a round of applause for all the things they're doing. Decisions where you make we left the country. We need to forget them tune there. Yeah, son. Me not face beg no more pardon. Got enough blood money there at Cherry Garden. Aye, sir. And again, I'm not accuse the Prime Minister of doing anything wrong. I'm just saying, as the Premier of the country, it is your responsibility to treat with this. And 6 months, so whilst a lot of noise was made up about what the Integrity Commission did or did not do, yeah, that is one side of it. But what about what the Prime Minister should have done and has not done? It's crazy. Just a little advice. Speaking about politics, me need anybody in the chat have a link for Kawaka. Like me need a tune, like me really need. Me willing to pay why I'm asking for. Me open the ask enough still. You understand? One boy, one of the man, I said, teacher, what you ask man? Me can't charge you for dub plate, man. Which tune you want? I hope. Sorry, if I don't know Kabaka, I make him know so me I look for him. I'm protege. I want blood money too. You understand? Me I try to find Tanya too, but I can't find her because she a couple children. Providing no jobs and telling no stop the crime. It's like beating a child and telling them not to cry. With all the ways you will be longer through, you never be a little avenue for the youth. Them earn a buck, things are run amok. Tell me what you really think I got happen? I want them tune there. You understand? A long time I need I want him. Say the youth them need to eat some food that alone can calm. Me need some tune. Yeah, we more time I talk about something, we just play some tune. Because I can't even bother with the talking most of the time. So I might as well just make some man sing. Speaking about politicians. You see? I need some tune for them. I need a show me now. I'm talking about the MP, the opposition leader, and Prime Minister. The money now make a man suffer. And to the country run it. I need them tune there. You understand? I need about 5 from the killer. Me we get round to him. You understand? But we work. You see me? I have one next tune for Japan. I was listening to Protege earlier today. But if you get some more tune in the evening, but then I reach it, supposed to get a couple tune from Sasko and a couple tune from Dewey and Steve. Some tune. And work on some little things. Because I'm tired for talk, so I just make some man sing. May 7th start date for a judicial review. Anthony B. When you say, man, you have good cop, bad cop, rape people and cop. Yes. But me need Anthony B for more reasons than one, not just dub plate. Me need to interview him. So if you have a link, Jerome, let me know. You understand? I've been up from early this morning. Me never drink no tea. Me never eat no fried dumpling. Me never have no one for straighten me on my journey. Now me make a change. All of them want to friend me. Them want to take it. Now mind if me stop. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trust in the Almighty more and more. So you know what you know. I remember go on. The Supreme Court, read this already? May 7th start date for a judicial review submission in Ruel, Reid and Peanut Matter. The Supreme Court has scheduled a May 7th date to start rehearing submissions in the judicial review hearing involving former Education Minister Ruel Reid and former Caribbean Maritime University President Fritz Pinnock. Both accused are seeking the High Court's intervention to review Chief Parish Judge Chester Crook's ruling that they and their co-accused had a case to answer in $1 million fraud matter. Reid, his wife Sharon, their daughter Sharel, along with Pinnock and Jamaica Labour Party councillor Kim Brown, I think for the Brownstown Division, Kim Brown Lawrence, are facing fraud and corruption charges involving nearly $50 million allegedly diverted from the Ministry of Education and the Caribbean Maritime University for their personal use. Charles, I'm going to leave it singing. I'm not going to leave it, sir. Then if me can't sing well, how am I going to learn to sing? I shall sing as long as that's cool, man. Then it says, how am I going to get better? Then I'm not supportive about it, no. I say, you know your friend them. No, Chief Parish Judge Crooks had ruled in February of 2021 that the accused should all be tried. The judge's ruling was in response to a preliminary objection raised by Reid and Pinnock on the basis that the charges against them should be nullified as the Financial Investigations Division, FID, which levied the charges, had no authority in law to arrest and to charge them. The eye tone difference. I'm not going to fight upon that, Mr. Charles. I don't disagree with you, sir. But I have to try to be untone deaf. You understand? But Pinnock and Reid took issue with the decision after Crooks declared that he was recusing himself from the trial because of a perceived conflict of interest. They then sought a judicial review. It was later revealed that the conflict was in relation to the judge's attendance at Monroe College while Reid was head boy. That has nothing to do with me if you're head boy and me go to school and me turn judge now and you in a problem. What that have to do with me and you? Me and you a friend, brother. I go to same school and everybody me go to school with me and them my friend. But the law is the law, as Adam said. See? The judicial hearing review was subsequently heard on February 7th and 8th this year. However, FID's lawyer Richard Small on Monday morning informed the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court that the hearing, which was held before a single judge, should have been heard in the full court before a 3-judge panel, hence the new date. Well, no, fumble brown, sir. Yeah, me know Kabaka hard to find, I know still in a sir, but I search for him. You understand? I hope it's not a Grammy prize me get. See, as a result, a July 12th date was scheduled for the case to be mentioned in the parish court. The 5 accused all appeared in court and had their bail extended. They have been charged with a range of offences, including breach of the Corruption Prevention Act, conspiracy to defraud, misconduct in a public office at common law, and breaches of the Proceeds of Crimes Act, POCA. Zane, they have tried so many different channels and avenues to have this issue thrown out. You understand? I have never heard any one of the accused saying I am innocent of the charges. I am being wrongfully accused. All I have heard is that the FID shouldn't arrest me because them can't arrest me. Then me hear say the man was say the case we try, shouldn't say the case we try because when me a head boy, him did a go to school. Then me not business with them, brother. Me you could have go see him church. You could have see pastor at church. Me do my work, brother. Yeah, the work. But the law is the law. You understand? So, yeah, I've tried with Mr. Smith in charge. It just don't work out yet still. So hopefully soon. Soon and very soon. You see me? So, I don't know. So again, as I've said, I've seen the legal wranglings and tanglings, the chess moves and the chess game, you understand, and trying to use technicalities and loopholes. Zine? I mean, if you're innocent, make the thing go trial, then you're innocent. You understand? Brother man, when you say master around here, you're going to get in trouble because I say people don't love you. You see me? So if you're so innocent, then want him to trial, want him to court, then make the due process of the court, and then it would have said that okay, I am innocent because I would have gone through the process and I was acquitted. How about that? Versus but and you know the truth of the matter is that and as if it was some other people Zane of a less recognized status and stuff, I am sure that this case would have proceeded further already. But because some people who may be of a certain socioeconomic background may not have had the resources to hire this a lawyer for go this stuff, for appeal this, for ask for this and that, I guess them get caught up in the wings of the system, But if a man having money and in some instances of him name is a difference. So it when people say there are two laws in Jamaica, one for uptown and one, it is hard to disagree, man. It's very hard to disagree. Zine, me see when police lock them up, Zine, Minister of Justice at the time come say that it shouldn't have gone that. What you mean? You don't go for man out of them bed asleep in them underpants, regular bridge in the police them. So what the difference? No one Jamaican will get locked up again, and that me I try to show you say we can't take the establishment serious, brother. Imagine the Minister of Justice come say that. So based on these, the money should then be taken to the station, XYs are called into the station and give them station. What you mean? They have been accused of multiple crimes. Zine, so why them forget different treatment from anybody else, brother? I don't understand that part of it. When police are go for man 3-4 o'clock a morning, man of them better sleep, then go for them and carry them, go lock them up. Regular we discuss them the story there. So what happened? What make we see what go on? May 7 round the corner. You understand? I mean, know this is a last straw for some people with the justice system, you know. So make we see it go. You see me? We can't say we want change, and when the opportunity come to make the change, we still get caught up in a no manship and no womanship. Oh, me know him, I know him. No, brother. The law is the law. And I will never ever forget the Justice Minister saying what he said there, so brother. The Justice Minister. But when a man from around Tel Aviv and Dunkirk, police go raid them house and lock them up, him not come say he should not do so. They know what the difference, bruh. Police lock up the man them, what you mean? Yeah. No, in recent streams again, I would have made the point that whilst the Dan Anderson poll commissioned by the People's National Party said that if an election is called now, there will be a dead heat between the two political parties. I don't necessarily think that all as much water as people say it does, to be honest with you. That is just that is just my opinion again. And then all of the next part, because for a government that is so tainted with corruption and mismanagement and all sort of things, the PNP should be leading them further. You understand? So, yeah, the Prime Minister still remains more popular than the opposition leader, Zane, but them said the PNP was leading by a percentage point. If people are going to vote, they're going to vote for the PNP. I mean, 48% say them not vote, or them don't know them not vote. So now they not look on the party still. But I took the opportunity to say that as far as I am concerned, the PNP is still a very divided political organization. Zane, Lisa Anna says she not seek re-election. You understand? And them something there. So that is that. It is just a it's still the Rise United verse. What the next one? Rise United verse. What was the next one? Rise versus who? I don't remember them. Zine? But you really and truly still have two factions in the PNP. As, no matter how you look, those wounds are not fully healed. You understand? And the other day, I look on the PNP vice presidents. I say I can pull up. Fine. Because I don't want to tell a lie about nobody. You know? And PNP vice presidents 2022. Right. So I think, if memory serves me correctly, I may not see a list here, so, but I think Norman Scott, which is the mayor of Spanish Town, good God, man. I think the brother from Hanover there, Ian Hales, Zane. I think he's a vice president as well. And I don't remember the other. But just think about it. A political party, one of the major political party have as vice presidents, meaning vice president, if you look at it, you follow the chain of command, are people who probably in the future would want to seek presidency of the party. Ian Hales, Norman Scott, and some other people. Like, that is the second tier of the People's National Party leadership, you know. And I'm saying to myself, as corrupt as this administration has been, as the amount of scandal that has marred the administration, the mismanagement and all of them something there. The option, the alternative is a People's National Party with the second tier of leadership being Norman Scott, Ian Hales, among other people. Eh? But none of that I come to talk about. We talk about that one next time. Because you know when I'm busy with no guy. As far as my observation can go, I think that there are still wounds that are festering in the People's National Party, and enough probably has not been done to bring about unity. Speaking about the division, another case in point, as I said, Lisa Anna decided to say she a jump ship as she not seeking re-election and so on and so forth. PNP MP Hugh Graham quits shadow cabinet, claiming he's been undermined by fellow comrades. I can't remember whether shadow cabinet or government minister giving up a cabinet post, shadow or otherwise, if there is no calls for resignation because of corruption or mismanagement. I can't recall. This is the first time I can remember whether shadow minister or minister giving up a post. Just so. I don't remember. Member of Parliament for Northwest St. Catherine, the PNP's Hugh Graham, says his leadership of the constituency is being undermined by members of his own party. Graham, who was elected to the House of Representatives on a PNP ticket in September 2020, resigned from Mark Golding's shadow cabinet on Monday. Hugh Graham served as opposition spokesman on commerce, science and technology. Well, and I've seen conversation that said, then me never hear him say no, me never see him say no, me never him did that. So there is that too. Speaking on Nationwide, I think this morning or yesterday morning, Mr. Graham says there are persons seeking to displace him as MP. Graham has also formally resigned as councillor for the Lower Idarsville division in the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. I did not know that you could be councillor and MP at the same time. That was new to me. Apparently you can. Apparently you would get the salary that is greater. So I guess he's getting his MP pay. But I thought if you was a councillor and you were seeking election as an MP, to be elected as an MP, you would resign from being a councillor. And I haven't read the rules and the laws as to that yet. So I'm just saying I thought that was the situation, that you can't be both. But apparently he was and has been both. Zane, so he has resigned as councillor as well, and he has given up his shadow portfolio responsibility as spokesperson on commerce, science and technology. His move to walk away from the post has fueled speculation that he is preparing to walk away from the PNP Northwest St. Catherine. From the PNP, Northwest St. Catherine has 4 divisions: Lower Huddersville, Treadways, Yuaton, and Linstead. Graham says the councillor for the Linstead division, his fellow comrade Herbert Garriquez, is lining up to challenge him for the right to rule the constituency. But nothing wrong with that still. I mean, if a man have political ambition, then why not? But may I say, and again, there seem to be, because the response from the opposition leader was like about 2 paragraphs. Let me see if I can find that again. Twitter, I'm in place, you know. Let me tell you now what Mr. Golden say. Abka. I think Mr. Abka post that. Boom, son. Alright. So let me read the resignation letter and let me read the response. So it starts off by saying, it has been an honor to serve the people of Northwest St. Catherine as councillor and spokesperson for the division. It continues to be an honor to serve the people of Jamaica in the capacity I believe I will have most impact. It is with a great consideration that I have decided to tender my resignation in some of my official roles. Dated April 3rd, 2023, to Mark Golding, Leader of Opposition, CC to Dayton Campbell, General Secretary, and CC to Norman Scott, Mayor of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation and Vice President I had. Dear Mr. Mark Golding, I hope this letter finds you well. So next one letter music right at primary school. I am writing to inform you, no, just the intro. I just say so then with it. I am writing to inform you that I hereby tender my resignation as opposition spokesperson, Commerce, Science and Technology, and officially as a councillor for the Lower Huddersville division with immediate effect. As I promised my mother, if it should ever happen that I don't think my purpose is to serve the people who have elected me, I would step away with the hope that they would be better served. I want to thank the people of Lower Huddersville division who have allowed me to serve them from 2002 as their councillor and as their councillor since 2007. As to my people in Lower Huddersville division, I am prepared to serve you in whatever way, capacity or opportunity that may arise, as I believe I should serve the people only to make their lives better. The word is love, Hugh Graham. So that was that. Let me see if I can find. Right, so this is the response. For immediate release, Kingston, Jamaica, April 4, 2023. Leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, has written to Hugh Graham accepting his resignation from the shadow cabinet. The opposition leader also thanked him for his service in that capacity and personally wish him well. That was that. There has been conversations, suggestions that Mr. Graham is preparing himself to cross the floor. I can't speak to that. I'm just tell him I read what I see. And them something there. I think that constituency was very close in the last election. I think the JLP representative was former police officer Newton Amos, if memory serves me correctly. It wasn't a lot of votes. That's, as a matter of fact, there was a magisterial recount for that seat, if memory serves me correctly as well. So, I mean, that seat is not a safe seat by any stretch of the imagination, it would seem. So I don't know. I'm just suggesting again that a political organization that is positioning itself as an option to the government does not seem to be united. To me, has not been from Portia Simpson left, and it has not been for a long time, because from Phillips challenged Portia twice. There were a lot of factions and conflicts within the party. Then when Portia left and Phillips took it, people were upset about that. And apparently Peter Bunting wasn't pleased because it was really given to Peter, because Peter has served the party a long time. Bunting decided that he was going to chance him luck and decided to challenge Peter. Peter won. I saw you go. And then Peter was, again, according to PNP loyalists, forced out. And so there was a divide. The Rise, well, me can't remember the other one. Rise versus what? Me can't remember. So there was no Bunting faction versus Peter faction. Peter faction was Lisa Anna led. Bunting faction was Mark Golding led. And it Mark won, but it would have left gaping wounds in the People's National Party. The vice presidents resigned en bloc. Damon Crawford, I think Wickham McNeil, I think Philip Palwell, and somebody else. I think somebody else was in it. I think Michael Phillips is also a VP at the moment. Zane? And thing. Rise and one PNP. Okay, say couldn't tell. I guess Rise just probably was more out there in terms of the name. So Rise versus one PNP. I think one PNP was Phillips and Rise was Bunting and so on. So yeah. The PNP, as I said, they are putting on a united front, but I don't think there is as much unity in the party as is been pushed. I think deep down there are some egos smoldering and some wounds festering, and if they are not treated with, they will self-destruct again. Zane? So if you want to present yourself as a viable option to the government, Zane, then you have to be united. You cannot fight amongst yourself and expect to fight the government. So, for democracy and for Jamaica to be a functioning democratic country, we need a strong opposition. So they need to get themselves together. You understand? So I don't know. I suppose that there are people in the party who are still not happy with Dayton Campbell being the GenSec. There are people in the party who are not happy with Mark Golding being the president. I mean, you probably will never have a situation where everybody want one man to be the leader and think you won't have that. But I think it is still a very divisive political organization, and if them don't really and truly accept it and try to treat with it, it'll come back and hurt them. So them can jump about the poles from now till them reach the North Pole or the South Pole. If them don't get them thing together, I don't know how it's going to work out for them. See? That is that. Interesting developments. Just another sign of the disunity, if you ask me. So there's a sitting MP and he is saying that there are efforts being made by people to unseat him. Why, I don't know. We watch and see. Interesting times. As I'm saying, no, politics on a whole, I mean, I appreciate how politics is done in Jamaica, but I appreciate the chess moves in politics and the positioning and all of them little things that I kind of find that to be very interesting and intriguing. But the politics of the politics annoys me greatly. And so we'll see. Again, in a dominant two-party system, the opposition has to be strong. The stronger the opposition, the stronger the government, I suppose. Zane? Because you need an opposition to keep the government honest and to keep them on them toe and to provide yourself as a viable option in the wings waiting. In the winds waiting. Zane? So if you are going in the winds waiting and you're disunited, then the winds are going to blow all over the place. You understand? And I don't know. Stripper pole. And then there's still the discussion about, so Mark is the president, but is Mark really the president or is Bunting the president? So there's all of them discussion they still go. As I say, I always sit back and watching and listening and I read. You understand? So there are a lot of things. You see me? So, I don't know. We watch and see. Politics in Jamaica. Ain't yeah, peeps. So, we will... Yeah. We talk. I just saw me I left it tonight night. You see me on Wednesday night. And to me, I hope forget two call, you know, to be honest with you, know. You understand? Me there hope, cause first thing, me need to test back one piece of equipment. So me there hope to test it with two call. But then if no one call, then me no feel no way. But me did hope on a call, but me no keep on a call. You understand? Damian Crawford should be the face of the PNP. Mark is boring. And some people say Damian talk too much, you know, S. Lewis. So then there's that. And that is rash and still not politically mature. And him not really think before him say something sometimes. So you have people inside and outside of the party who view him that way, same way. So then there's that. You see me? So I don't know. And as I said with politics, the leader will never be everybody's choice, everybody's leader. And I can remember there was a time when Ardley Shaw did contest the presidency of the Jamaican Labour Party against Andrew Holness. You understand? So there's that, I suppose. I mean, people have ambitions, you know, and political ambition, and you have to respect that too. But then timing is everything. You understand what I say? And the the conflicts in the People's National Party have existed for a long time. See, from Portia became leader of the party, people were of the view that she shouldn't because she not speak well, she not bright enough. I mean, that was said by people in the party. You understand? She was cast as a dunce by her party members. Zine. So from that, I think Phillips challenged her twice, and those were brutal political campaigns. She staved him off twice. Zine. Then it was bunting against him, and then crazy. It's very crazy. As a matter of fact, as I said that, you know the UIC is there. The UIC keeps, every time I hear the UIC, I hear them say there's a media blackout against them. I don't know if so be the case. When I get to the money and pay for no ads them, you understand what I say? I don't understand that. There is social media free to use, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. So I don't know that holds any water anyways. Zine? I saw an article that they're asking the Commissioner of Police to look into some cases of potential extrajudicial killings amongst the ranks of the JCF. So I see them in the news there, so in the thing. So then can I also I've been seeing an advertisement popping up on some of my YouTube videos. What the party? K me write it on somewhere, me good as dash your paper. K something where past students from some of the top boy schools across the country has come together to form a party. I don't remember the case, something them name. See, so I don't know if they are officially a party, if they have been registered as a political party, but there is that. You understand? You see me? Correct, but she won the people based on the people seeing themselves in Portia. The JLP and PNP is no solution to Jamaica. They are relics from the past. So what is, yeah, fine. Yeah, and me not disagree with that. But what go on expert, but what the solution do, bro? How we go forward? Like, what's next? Because if we not vote, the Jamaica Labour Party can remain in power. If we vote for them, they're going to stay in power. If we vote for the PNP are going to get in power. And BSC said none of them, JLP and PNP. You understand? So what's the solution? I mean, then I guess the next talk is going to be the UIC. What track record does the UIC have? What kind of... Has there been an MP from the UIC or MPs who run off some constituency for a political cycle because say yes, they have a vision and a mission. They are politicians. Anybody in a politics are politician. So me not buy into please. You understand? There was the NDM. There was Asta Black. Asta Black, big up yourself here. You see me? And these things. I don't know. We'll watch and see. And as I said, for the benefit of the country, Zane, the opposition, whether it is JLP opposition or PNP opposition, has to be strong. With a strong opposition, you have better governance because the opposition is so able to veto certain bill and certain laws and to challenge certain things. You understand? And to keep the government honest and to provide a what you call that? A valuable, no. Provide a suitable alternative. I look for one V word that we can't find. I look for a suitable alternative to the government. The opposition has to be strong. The opposition has to make sense. You understand? A structural change is needed. True that. New government. But how we get that now, S. Lewis? Because saying a new government is one thing, but how we arrive at a new government? Talk to me. Okay, what? Wrong side of North Street want to run Jamaica. But K something, man. And a KC, don't get me wrong, but, I think me tear out the paper and dash away, man. But me know me jot it down somewhere, KU something. It's boys from verbal diary. It's boys from KC, Georges, Jago, I think Cornwall, I think probably in there. I think Monroe, I suppose. Viable. Andre Brown, big up yourself. I'm telling you, all this I just can't hear and start great and give thanks. God is a good God. Yes, he is. But sometimes I look for some word. I use a word enough times since night, a viable alternative. I could have never find it back. You understand? NIC. What is the NIC I know? National Intellectual Congress, National Integrity Congress, National, I don't know. But I mean, and as I said, it is up to us as a people, and we have the power, The power, you're in a captain planet, and they say the power is yours. The power is, the power resides with us as the electorate, as the people in the country. Zane, but the issue with that is that we are still so, because I don't know why we live in a country where if the Labour Party is in power and we don't think they might do the thing properly, you vote them out. And if the PNP go in a power, you don't think they might do, you vote them out. And if UIC go in a power, you don't think are end it, you vote them out. This me a PNP and me a Labour writing crap. You understand? So, you know what things set up. I don't know, man. But I guess we live and die by the choices we make. And we have been making bad choices, Zane. And thing. It is, we got independence in 1962. And I have said this before, that the two major political parties have had stints governing the country. Zane, and where are we as a people? Are we where we should be as a country? Zane, economically, socially, are we there? Our education system is a farce as far as I am concerned. And I have been an high school educator for 15 plus years. And the education system in Jamaica and a whole is flawed, significantly so. Zane, where are we? Our political processes is doing business in Jamaica is like pulling a tooth without any form of anesthesia. Zane, the thing set up for the man at the top to remain there and the man down here suffer frustration, kill him and then give up. I have tried to do certain things in this country where, because me a soldier in a street where me achieve it and accomplish doing that, because the process is so tedious and overly exhausting and frustrating and infuriating that some people just give up. So you know, have no whole of social mobility that take place because the stratification of the society and the demarcation of the thing is so rigid that all the things set up is if the man don't get some frustration or kill him because him not have no links, him not have no name, him not have no fame. You understand what I say? So him a go against the grain all the time, brother. Why is the man up here so? As him going at the place because Mr. Surname, doors open for him, brother. You see me I say? And the man down here some door locking on him face. The things set away. I can tell you that, brother. It is expensive to be poor in Jamaica. It is expensive to be poor in this country, you see? Because if you don't have no surname or no fame, you understand? Nobody don't know you like. See, you know, go in a certain circles. Dog, name me supper where you not got, you know. Dog, lick out your empty plate. You stay there. So, and I've seen that firsthand. It is just ridiculous to get certain things done in this country, brother. You understand? As I said, it's simple things, them. Let us start with the simple things. You see me? Make we start. If the building a collapse, brother, it means that the foundation did shaky. Or the materials we use to construct the building was not up to standard. So make we get the foundation right and make we use the right material to build the buildings. Them. People are flooding the streets to get drunk, bacchanal and parties, so they need social drive to invest into the wrong things. Yeah, that is the next thing. But then I guess people will tell us that they need them enjoyment too and all things to you have to enjoy yourself some of the time. So I mean the youths have to enjoy themselves, and don't get me wrong. And the whole away did young one at a time. Because I did some more of foolishness when I was younger. You understand? I wasted a lot of opportunities and time and money when I never have. I focus on the wrong things. You understand? I focus on me want this a shoes and that a shirt and that a tie there and this and that. And right now me wear the same thing 5 days a week, brother. Me wear the same shoes every day. Me not busy with them something like that no more. It's just that you know say as a youth you want to look clean from time to time. But them things don't worry me. You understand? Sometimes it misses have to beg me not to wear certain things because certain it is I have reached a stage in my life where me trim on me feel for got trim. Me not nobody I impress, brother, but I try build some things and make some things run on one part. You understand? Me have a few shoes and me wear one shoes every day. Me wear one shorts the whole week. You just know your shirt, they may have to change them still. But me wear it said wear. Yeah, me wash it and wear, but them as this of my life reach, so me not live my life to please nobody or impress nobody. You understand? Me I try build something for my youths them. So the whole of we young and we do some things and we reflect upon it down the road. I want to really learn off of people's mistakes these days. And so young and having fun and everything. Nothing wrong with that still. You some of you enjoy them time, look at them time too, you know, because when the pressures of life reach you, it's rough. You see me? But yeah man, peace. Pick up on yourself, you know. We have cut it there, so. And thing. Yes. Call me. I'm gonna check if this I work before I left. I know you have credit. You understand? You can't tell me nothing. I'm putting number up on the screen. Zane? See it there? 830-5189. Call me. Zane? See if your phone here work. Because I'm here the phone if because I mash up him tablet and him there if I use a phone because the phone is kind of very durable, you know. He couldn't mash it up, but I don't know if he can hear, so I use something. Oh, days I take so long. I know you have credit in them man, they not have to buy no credit. Raman, big up yourself, bro. Every time, you know, give thanks, man. We're there. See, days calm, brother. My youth. But that's me as a piece. Big up on yourself. Jamaica, you know, we love the rock. And that will never change. But we hope for some change for the betterment of the society. You understand what I say? For things that can benefit my children and my grandchildren and them something there. Saying we just go and do the thing and know what I mean. So big up to the people over there. I know Wednesday evening and so enough people never expect this, so you know I think plus people help them with the homework and cook and these things. Yeah man, that is true, S. Lewis. You understand? And I agree. In order for change, you have to be disruption. As a matter of fact, I use those exact words last time I streamed. So I appreciate that. Oh, somebody. Oh, so a person will call me. What hang up for? See, somebody call me hang up. I don't know why. You understand? And things. So, big up on yourself. You know, I'm soon on Friday night. I may do this again tomorrow, seeing that there probably be no newscast. So we discuss some of the happenings of the day. Yeah, man, the phone ringing about. Then by the time you answer the phone, the tap ring. Then, you understand? So, you know what I think go. A bachelor, I call me. And think, S. Lewis, you probably need to call in one of them time to make all the reasoning, you know. Because you have a lot of things that you want to say. And think. Yeah. I don't know. If phone ring one time and taps. I don't know. Alright, since us. Oh crap. Oh Carolina. But big up the ones them. I'll see you on Friday. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know yet still, but definitely Friday. You know what I think go. I appreciate the people that want to take the time out. And think, I know say the people them kind of have things to do in the night and them something. So peace, big up on yourself. Before I go, I beg you man them. As the song we played earlier, we don't want no more bloodshed, man. We don't want no more youths dead. Jamaica we love. I could bring it back to what it was. Too much gangsters and thugs and AKs and slugs. As Gandhi say. You understand? Big up yourself, you know, Sky Young. I appreciate the support. You hear that? Howard Beacon, big up on yourself. See? And the youths them out there will say, you know what I mean, a badness the thing there and a chopping the thing there. There's more to life than that family. You understand? As me say, I don't know how to live in a life where you have to look over the shoulder day in, day out. See? Man I try to bust out on the head back or police I look for them something there. And thing, yeah, but passport move up to the index most places. But we talk about that one next time. But for the man them out there where do the things certain way. Zane, my friend Terry Ganzi have something for tell you once them I say I can't bring up this up here, so listen to this.
You don't know international, global. You don't know program is always logical, motivational, world affair, include political, touch some issues about economical, plus judicial. You don't know people are stressed out, so emotional. Let it go. You know what Terry Ganzi represent. Teach them. Teach them. Ooh.
Come in, bad artist.
Little advice. Be a better man in life. Just a little advice. Gun is not the only choice. Oh no. Little advice. Me know they suffering no night. Tell them, teach them. Just a little advice. So when you do what you do, think twice. Yeah. I know the poor is going through such hard times. Now it seems living as a poor is a crime. No youth eyes open but mentally blind. The system infected the right frame of mind. Lost in a corruption of good youths get twine. Just through material, glitter and shine. The Holy Bible for them is like the latest Bagel 9. To the elders they are so unkind. Little advice to be a better man in life. Tell them, teach them. Little advice. We know they suffering no nice. Reach them. Just a little advice. God is not the only choice. Oh no. Little advice. So when you do what you do, think twice. Yeah. Neglect the thoughts of reality. It's such relax. Many striver who know it and do it naturally. Innocent to slaughter and you kidnap the victim who you rape and leave. Mentally shock or you fear rob and kill a lady then. One on a shop, kill up one a friend. If you want dumpling in at the pot, have so much guns and even can't buy shot. All I run from police, but at the whole place you lock. Look at that, teach them his back. Just a little advice to be a better man in life. Oh God, yeah. Little advice. We know this suffering no night. No. It It is good to eat from thy own vineyard. Remember, thou shalt not steal from thy neighbor's yard. Filthy son becomes cruel the city like dogs. 10, 11, 12, every day gonna mag. No funeral a keep, every day in the week without equal rights and justice. There'll be no peace, no matter how them come with them soldier and police. Remember what? Those who are social reap. Little advice. So when you do what you do, when you do what you do what you do, when you do what you do, think twice. Teach them little advice to be a better man in life. Oh yeah.
Little advice. Hello? Hello? But yeah, problem I say, you know. I'm not Irish, but I'm supposed to hear you. Okay. Hello? Yeah, can you hear me now? Hold on. You may hear, but I'm supposed to... Hold on. So me disconnect this. Talk to me now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Blessings, man. You may Irish, but if you hear you, know, man.
Okay.
You hear me clearly?
Yeah, I hear you clearly.
And you're not.
Feedback a while ago.
There was a feedback.
Yeah.
It's
What is
there.
that? I think I figured it was me.
Oh, okay, all right. I see a word, man. Oh, so everything plug in and
Hey,
work.
Mr. Richard B says something now. You know, so you sit there comment on it and tell him to me I agree with him 100%.
Oh, bachelor me I talk to. Okay. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I get your point.
Mm-hmm.
Because we see from here, we get all these bad news and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But when people like you and a few others push it out to we see at your point. But most of it that we're seeing here in the US is seriously bad.
Yeah, that is true. And let me
I
add.
want to visit.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me say something. Sorry to cut you. You see, and the truth is that you have more of us on social media because the truth is that the stories that will trend and make some money for your man are the stories about murder and them something there. See, but you have a lot of good things that go on in the country, you know, bro. To be honest with you, you know. And even me probably fall in the trap sometime where I just a business. You understand what I mean? Even though I not dwell upon the murder things I'm like, but it is there. You understand? So the thing is that and with the prevalence of social media now, you have 20, 30 man that do the same thing. So you talk in your face versus some youth around so do some positive things that not readily come to the fore, you know. So we not and not get me wrong, you know, the things that are way, bro. You understand? The thing not nice, you know, feel good, Zane. But I don't think all hope is lost. And that is the point that I was trying to make. So whilst it look bad, Zane, and whilst it is bad, you understand, I don't think there is anything in this life that cannot be turned around if the will to turn it around is there. That is just what me think. But go ahead.
Yeah. I agree with you. Totally agree with you because you're on the ground. You're giving us information that we are happy with. I am coming home Sunday and I'm nervous as hell. But I'm coming.
Yeah, all right, man.
You know, but boy, I tell you, I'm nervous. I'm excited, but nervous.
You're gonna be okay, man.
I don't know what is going to happen in the Granville area because I have to pass here to go home.
No, man. Passing through, you should be okay, man. Granville kind of dicey, but you're all right, man. You'll be fine.
All right, well.
See me. And as I say, I understand the concerns and yeah, man. As I say, I understand the concerns and I understand the trepidation that people have in coming back home, and it is real, to be honest with you. But the truth is that thousands of people come home every year, every month, and you know what I mean. So that is just the reality of the thing. And the truth is too, if we are going to accept it, a lot of these murders, you know, as the data would suggest, is gang war, and but the truth, you can be caught up in the gang war innocently. You understand what I say? You're at the wrong place, as we say, at the wrong time on these things. You see me? So I will look at it feel away, bro. Yeah, man. It feel away. I understand how Richie I say, you know.
You have to dead back. I see that happening.
Yeah,
My
man.
sister and I was talking today, and we were talking about you, and she says, Vito, I've been following Teach Them before you even start doing these interviews.
For a long time she have followed me for true there.
Like, what? You've been following Teach Them that long? And she said, yeah. I said, I'm new to him like 2 years, but damn, the dude is positive, and I was shocked to hear her feedback on you.
Yeah, man, tell us to big up herself, man.
I want to listen to Teach Them, and she called somebody else that I'm not familiar with.
Okay.
You know, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, man, tell us to big up herself, man. I appreciate the support, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a long time out in the street here, try fight them, brother.
You need to interview her.
Say again?
They tell her I'm going to tell you.
Oh, so if you interview her,
she starts laughing.
she be calling one at a time, man. You know what I mean? Don't worry, I've been to Jamaica 3 times this year already. True black champion. I'm running up in a own time. Give thanks. You understand? I see a lot of Colombians moving to JA. Yeah, Bachelor.
I'm going to call her up tomorrow because she's in the UK. So I'll call her tomorrow and say, hey, teach them a stream Friday night. Call in.
Definitely, man. I'll be here, man. I'm going to make sure say, the device so I can take the call up and running. Right? Me and stream through right through and out. You see me? So, bro, as me I say...
You can use WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'm going to use WhatsApp, man. I just not download it on the phone into still. That's why. Because, you understand?
All right,
yeah, man. So big up yourself, you know. We need to talk about some Chelsea, brother. Yo, me see my brother right now. Me depressed, brother. But that's our next time. Me probably need to start doing.
Reid James jersey tomorrow.
Yeah. Now, man, a ball of jersey I buy, man. Nothing wrong with that, man. But yeah, man, so we have to talk. Me probably need to start doing sports calling thing for a Saturday morning, because I say, me have to go vent, because me be depressed. But big up yourself, yeah, brother. Give thanks. Brother, give thanks to your test call, yeah, so big up yourself. Yeah, well, look over, alright. Yeah, man, audio up and running, call sweet and clean. Peeps, big up on yourself. Friday night. Make it a date and don't be late. Don't look for it. Get book for it. You know what I mean? And before I go, as me telling, you know, me play the Gandhi song earlier, and me gonna leave with that. Zane. Yesterday I call up Terry, and Terry I say, and me tell Terry know me love a tune, because as a matter of fact, the tune is not even released. Invite the tune for him. I won't call the producer name for him when. And I'm a teacher, and if you take up a producing thing, but me then produce a tune there. Just a little advice. It's a beautiful song. And things. So maybe one of them time don't see my name beside it, like run one part. Yes, and thing, and I call up my brethren Gandhi, because Gandhi is my favorite tune, this, and the tune is applicable. So please, big up on yourself. I'm going to leave you now with, I just play the Gandhi now, I'm going to play the Gandhi. You know what I mean? What good? Step with Jah. See if trouble upon the gravel. I'm out.
So again, they represent for the big bad. Teach them, so we say teach them, entertain them, educate them, and teach them all the while, and never stop what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Take a good look around us. Are we pleased with our living conditions? Senseless killing each and every day. What's happening to our youths? Oh no.
We don't want no more bloodshed.
We don't want no more youths dead. Jamaica where we love, bring it back to what it was. Too much youngsters and thugs and AKs and suits. Take a look at the rainbow. Let's see sorrows and rainbow. You can't make life and no still I take life. Say you a murderer one day you must pay the price. Life is so hard. Every day we see ghosts. You gotta live it up right. Are you wicked? Gun no. If it's not by police, it's by gunman. That's the way it goes. Living in the ghetto region. Teach them down in the ghetto where we born and grow. No, daddy, I just with mother one we know. Every day she say, me son, protect your life. Vampires and bloodsuckers walk day and night. Them say them a friend, them are no friend. Make the right
Peace, big up on yourself. Enjoy the night, Friday night. Manners and respect.
try for this, my mama, true, you walking with your crew. Make me mama cry, and does lightning for you. But if you diss me, you can get wet. That's alright, because I love we a chant every day and night. We don't want no more bloodshed. We don't want no more youth dead. You look at Jamaica where we love, bring it back to what it was. Too much gangsters and thugs and AKs and souls. Take a look at the bright